Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Tim and Jim Show. I'm Tim Sohn here in Pennsylvania with Sohn Social Media Solutions, and I'm just back. I'm just back a few days from Houston, Texas, from Andreas Sanchez's Hope and Kindness rally. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend and trusty co host, Mr. Jim Fuse. How's it going today?
It's going great, except it is cold, probably
Yes.
not as cold as where Keely lives in the Great White North, but, it's 44 degrees in Atlanta, and I'm ready for
Ooh,
spring. I'm just gonna put it out there. I I don't like the
yes.
cold. It's something that just doesn't agree with me as I've gotten, older, I guess I'll say, but, yeah, I had a great weekend, got to go visit my, stepson at Florida State. He's graduating in December with a
Yay.
degree in, crime scene investigation. I don't know the exact
Ooh.
thing, and, we got to see the Florida State Clemson football game, and we were, like, in the 3rd row. His mom kinda went overboard with the tickets she got, but they were amazing, and, I can't talk about baseball because my team lost, so there'll be no baseball talk, but, I am excited because on Sunday, and I know Chris Stone's gonna laugh at me, my, man crush quarterback, Taylor Heineke, who played for my college, Old Dominion, will be starting for the Washington Commanders against the Green Bay Packers. So, excited, hoping that there's still maybe hope. We'll see after Sunday, the hope may be dashed. And, I talk a little bit about sports because our guest is, she has quite the background in field hockey, which you may not have known, but we're not going to be talking about field hockey all day. We're going to be talking about something much more, I think, very intriguing. And I'm really looking forward to see what she has to say about it because she, I think, has almost convinced me that I have to be on Discord now. And I don't think she was one of those people that went gently over to Discord, and she may tell some of that story. So, Keely Dunn, great to have you here. Great to see you again. We got to see each other in person in Albany, New York at People of Video, which folks, if you haven't been to People of Video, put it on your calendars. May 2023. I think it was an amazing conference. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. Dan Courier did a great job. So, Keely, great to see you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Great to see you, Jim, again. And Tim, it's really nice to meet you as well. I'm really glad that I can
Too.
finally, meet both of you in person. I've been watching your show a little bit, so that's really awesome. Uh, wow, about myself. As you alluded to, Jim, I do have a long sporting history. I'm really into and passionate about the sport of field hockey, as it's known here, but it's just known as hockey everywhere else in the world. And after 30 years of playing and then 16 years as an international umpire, I started my own membership of umpire education. I am so into that field. And I had started a subscription with that. And I moved into Discord with that. And I'll save the full backstory for that because it's a cute story. But I've always been very entrepreneurial minded. I've enjoyed building my own businesses and figuring out how to do things as I go. I'm not scared of any technology. Bring it on. I absolutely love learning new things. And I think that's why umpiring is so great as a challenge because you're always learning new things, usually what you're wrong at. And then with Discord and community building, there's just constant change and engagement and new things. So it actually meshes together really nicely in my world. So I'm very lucky. I found two things I'm almost equally passionate about.
That is really cool. And so, yeah, Keely, I mean, I don't know if I had told you, I was a soccer referee.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you did mention
Yeah.
that, which is
So,
very cool, which is
they could
obviously
have
why we're best friends.
they could have used some technology, with some of that stuff, and, I've always been amazed at how they do things,
Yeah.
but folks, we're not gonna talk about refereeing today. Maybe that'll be another show.
We're not?
Darn.
We
Darn.
Wrong
I was
show?
might have to come up with a show, Keely. We'll talk about bad
Okay, let's do
umpiring
that.
or
Let's do
something.
that.
Um, but we're gonna talk about how you can building your community for maximum engagement and growth with Discord. Try to say that 3 times fast. It's not going to work. And Keely is the owner of Discord for Creators. She created this thing. I think it's really amazing what she's doing with this. And so, Tim, why don't you get started with the first question?
Yes. So, Keely, what made you decide to start using Discord?
My community forced me into it, basically. So I had a Facebook group for my membership, which, I mean, a lot of people are told this is the way to go. Facebook groups, it's free, but everybody's on Facebook. It's going to be great. And there's all these litanies of little programs you can do, like Wednesday wins and Thursdays and stuff, which is great if that's part of your setup. But I was struggling. Oh my gosh, my group was just Deadsville, and I couldn't get the people who were even paying me money to engage with me and take advantage of all the stuff that I wanted to talk to them about. And it was 2021, about March, and one of my senior mods approached me in DMs and said, you should really ditch that whole Facebook thing and get onto Discord. And I said, yeah, what's a Discord? And I Googled it, and the first thing I saw was this black background, dark mode, and just a wall of text and all these things all over the place. And I said, yeah, no, this isn't going to work at all, because I am extremely strong in the 50 to 70-year-old British men demographic. So I thought there's no way that they would ever want to get on this platform. And so the senior mod, he got me on a call. Turns out to be a 15-year-old Dutch young man. And he was so cute. He had his gamer headset on and his little mic and all this sort of stuff. And he said, no, Keely, really, it's really good for people. They get to spend time together. And he was explaining everything to me. He said, let me set you up a server. I'll walk you through it, and you can see for yourself what it can do. And he must have known that I'm a nerd at heart, because as soon as he brought me into the environment, I started seeing the potential, and I was asking questions. Well, could we have a voice channel where I'm sharing a match that we're watching together live, and and all of us could talk about it while we're watching it? And he said, yeah, you can do that. And we went through all these examples, and the nerd in me just sort of said, okay, I need to be a part of this. And it took me about 3 months to really get convinced that my community could handle it, because I started bringing in some of my other mods, some of the senior members who I knew, and I don't mean seniors and old, I mean seniors and been around for a while, and said, hey, what do you think of this place? It absolutely took off with them. And they said, yeah, Keely, absolutely. This is so much better than Facebook. And I cut the cord after about 3 months on Facebook, said, nope, we're not doing anything there. If you want to talk to me, if you want to hang out with me, and if you want to learn from this amazing community, you got to come into the Discord. And since then, it's been an absolute hit. I'm in love. And that's why I'm so passionate about trying to show other creators the possibilities of a place like that, because it's brought me so much. And I just think everybody should be taking advantage of this.
Wow. That's deep. And Chris Stone, we see your question, but it's actually one of the questions we're going to ask. So hopefully we'll get to that.
Oh, good.
But I think that this kind of leads me, and you've touched on a little bit. How does Discord differ from community building from other community tools, right? Because we hear about Facebook, we hear about things like Circle and Heartbeat and all these other things, Mighty Networks.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's like, it's almost overwhelming, right? But I just want somewhere where everyone will talk to me. Because I will say, right, I've been in some Facebook groups that I want to be a part of, but the challenge is the algorithm, right? We don't see the stuff. We don't know that there was a new post. We don't know that an event was coming up. So how does Discord, I guess, rule them all by what you've seen?
Well, there are those 2 different categories of places where you can host your community. So Facebook or maybe WhatsApp, I would sort of put those in the same category where, okay, maybe not WhatsApp. That's in the other category. So Facebook kind of stands alone as a place where you are going to be fighting against, somebody's drunken uncle and some great cat memes. And now they're showing Facebook reels, which are basically TikToks that are all based on recommendation media. So thanks, TikTok, you've now shown everybody in social media that they shouldn't be showing us the things that we want to see. They're going to show us the things they think that we should see based on their need for advertiser revenue, because that's how they make their money. And I can't fight that battle. None of us can fight that battle. We're all going to lose. And if you know that the best way that you can serve your community is through really frequent touch point, even small little bits of engagement, it's not going to work for you. And then you put Discord in the category, like you said, of the Mighty Networks and the Circle and Heartbeat and things like that. And I have communities that I'm a part of on all of those platforms, and they're good for some things. Circle is really good for administering courses, for example, alongside your membership. But you can do that in Discord too. And there's something about Discord that makes it very easy. It's the right balance between your silo of your people and your engagement, so you get that focus. But there's other places people can find, on the side, like, oh, are you interested in taking pictures of birds? There are servers for that, and you can find that. But that community stays in a little pocket until it's the right time for you to go see it. And if you set up your notifications right and you don't get super crazy, I'm now a part of about 60 servers, and it's getting a little bit, I need to take a knee here and just take a break and figure out what's really important to me as well. But you can focus on where you are at the moment. And then you get that intimacy and that solid building of relationships, of not just between yourself and the people in your community, but them together. That's where the magic happens. And Discord allows that in a very casual, organic way that I just don't feel on other platforms. It's just spontaneous and fun. Like it has that kind of, it's got the gamer vibe, but it's not about gaming anymore. So I think it's going to be a very good solution for a lot of community builders. Not everybody, but it's been great for me, and I want to show it off to more people.
And you mentioned like that you're actually able to do like voice in there. I mean, can you actually like watch videos, I don't know, live streams and comment on it while you're watching it? I mean, that's something I wasn't aware of.
Yes. So this is something that a lot of people don't know about, but think about it this way. If Discord started back in 2015 as primarily a gaming platform, what did gamers want to do? Show each other how they were playing a game and have different screens up showing, this is what I'm doing in my game, and you're my player too, and we're on a team together, and we're, I don't know, I'm not a gamer, so I don't want to start talking really, really crazy things, but you can watch people's streams so easily in Discord. It's just share, click on the window, it's there. Multiple people in a voice channel, which really is a misnomer. They got to fix that because it's a voice video channel. You can have multiple people sharing their screens or their apps the same way that you can in Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, whatever. But it works better. And the quality by default of what you're sharing, because it has a gamer base, it's just incredible. And it makes Zoom look like just a gray pixelated box that you just never want to go back to again. So the range, the potential that they have is just enormous. And I think they just had a big feature release on Monday. Not all the features rolled out. I haven't been able to see them all yet myself, but I'm really anxious to see them. But what they said in their press release was, we recognize that Discord is not a gaming platform, not solely a gaming platform anymore. You know, they're not gonna diss their homes, but they are recognizing that it is a place for business owners, content creators, vendors of software products, of anything to support their communities. And they have their eye firmly on that because they know that that's going to be a real great revenue generator for them.
Wow. Yeah. So that's Tim. I mean, has it got your wheels spinning?
It's definitely got my wheels spinning. Keely, I'm wondering if are there any sorts of niches that this is really resonating with, or any sorts of demographics that this is really resonating with? I'm curious.
Well, I think what's extraordinary is just how cross demographic the platform is becoming. And it's really been a slow burn for them, but the pandemic absolutely accelerated that growth because post-secondary education and even, earlier grades than that needed to find an alternative quickly that kids actually wanted to be on in order to learn. And a lot of those institutions chose Discord and started delivering lectures and the accompanying discussion groups and things like that, because dragging kids into Zoom is, I don't know, I think there's probably laws against it in some countries because that's just awful mistreatment. Discord is a place where kids are like, this is awesome. I get to come in here and I can still DM my friends, but I'm still wrapped up. You're inside a space that you feel comfortable in and that you want to engage in those small little ways. And that really just, the trajectory of Discord absolutely changed with the pandemic because of that. So there's a big growth, I think, in all sectors. But one of the largest servers I'm a member of, for example, and I don't understand the technology at all, is Midjourney. And they're an AI graphic development platform. And you go into the Discord and you make graphics by issuing commands and hitting buttons inside a text channel. It just blows your mind. And it's a bit too busy for me, so I haven't been able to really score into that. But there's a lot of that. It's obviously very big with the crypto and NFT communities. There's entertainers that are making real strides. If you've heard of Harry Mack, he's an improvisational rapper. He freestyles, and he's incredible and just an incredibly smart guy. And he's got a server that has 25,000, 30,000 members. And he has this fan base he doesn't have 1,000 true fans. He's got 30,000 true fans who are all like, let me give you my money. And they all band together. They have their own cultures and rituals and traditions, and they're all developing their skills as well. It's an educational thing. If they want to be a rapper, they get that support in the server. So it's just amazing the things that I've been able to see. I'm really enjoying it.
You really, you've got my brain spinning. I guess I'm going to have to jump into your, I think maybe I'm in there, but it's like, I get scared when I go into Discord sometimes because it's overwhelming. So maybe you can help us, you can hold our hand and guide us along that journey. But it almost sounds like, and you can definitely tell me if I'm wrong, because I know you would. Could you literally almost like make it like a Zoom where everybody would be on like visually?
Yeah.
Like, could you do, wow.
You can do that. It looks a lot like a Zoom meeting, except you didn't have to generate a link. You didn't have passwords. You didn't have all that. All that authentication and security comes at the server level. So when somebody enters your server, you vet them through perhaps having an onboarding that includes agreeing to rules, maybe answering some questions about your demographics and, getting some data in there. And then, assigning some roles and access depending on what that person is interested in inside your community. And then you can have these voice channels set up with a number of security configurations. So for example, you might have a membership community, Tim, where you have a high level of subscribers who pay an extra amount to have special access to you. Those people, their voice channel access is they can talk whenever. They don't have to ask permission. They don't have to push to talk. Their mic is always on. And then you have another level of membership who get to join and can watch and can be on screen and can text in the text channel that's right alongside, that's embedded, and that is perpetual with that voice channel. And they can talk, but they can't turn on their mics. So you can arrange these things the way that you want. You can limit the access to a certain number of people and have a waiting room. And I mean, there's just all of these different ways that you can address how you present material or just have community building activities. I run all of my workshops in Discord now. I canceled my Zoom subscription by Felicia and got rid of that stuff. When people send me Zoom invites, I'm like, do we have to do it this way? And I can do everything in there. I can record it by using a tool like Ecamm, for example, and all the same capabilities are there. So,
wow. I mean, Tim, this is like
and one of the ways that it's just like what my friend from the Netherlands, Niels, did for me is he said, let me build something for you and let me show you around. I think Discord is the kind of tool that you want to learn by getting into it and just starting to click on buttons. Because if you're not supposed to do it, you won't be able to do it. And if you can do it, you can't break it. That's just it. And it's so funny how we're so scared. Like there was one person who DM'd me a question and said, okay, I'm in your server, but I can't do anything. And I said, did you try clicking on a channel? And they said, oh, that place over there. Yeah. Did you try that? And they said, oh, it works.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we get so scared about, that somehow we're going to create a nuclear holocaust on our computers. But honestly, these tools are set up so that you can't do that. And we can just wander around a server and I can show you all the different stuff. I have a visitor's pass that I give people to come into FH Umpires, which is the name of my umpiring education community. And I let people come in and they can wander around. They can't react. They can't text. They can't, do any weird things, but they can see all of the different ways that I've set up categories and channels and get a sense for the vibe that's going on in there, and the heavy use of Schitt's Creek GIFs, which obviously are amazing. And people just, and then you start realizing,
Yes.
oh, I can do this. And trust me, give you like a month in there and you're going to be like me. You're going to be guesting on people's shows and talking crazy about how much you love a community platform like Discord.
Awesome. So we're going to take a quick moment to hear a video from our friends at StreamYard, and then we've got a couple more questions for Keely.
And we are back. We're dancing. We're here on the Tim and Jim show, and we're talking all about Discord.
That was so cute. You guys were both doing this one, and I was like,
they're like, what are
oh
they
shoot,
doing?
I didn't get the memo about the finger dancing.
Yes, it's the finger dance. It's called the Tim dance. We didn't fill you in, but it's called the Tim dance.
Yeah, you need to be that. You need to have that in your onboarding.
Yeah,
we do. We need to add that.
Put that in our Discord channel.
We do. Yes. But everyone, welcome back. We're here on the Tim and Jim show, confusing our guests. I know. Yeah, we're here with Keely, and we're talking all about Discord. And we want to know, do you use Discord, or will you use Discord? And Jim, where do we go from here with this conversation? I know my mind is spinning and blown away. And
yeah, and this kind of ties into Chris Stone's question. And I would, but Tim, I'll let you ask the question, and then we'll let Keely get into it.
Sure. And also thank you everyone who's here. Chris Stone and Katie Simpson across the pond, and Gail Robertson in Canada, and everyone who's here. Russ Hedge, thanks for being here, whether you're here live or on the replay. And Jim, what was our question again? Oh yes, what is the best way to get started with Discord, Keely?
That's an awesome question, because I'm not sure if there's one way to do it. It's Discord is different from social media in that it's not a discoverability platform. So if you think you can just sort of open the app and then just wander around and find a server or something that you might be interested in, it doesn't work that way because it's more locked down than that. What you need is to get invited to a server. Like, for example, if you went to discordforcreators.com/DS, Discord server, get it? DS. Then that is my open invite into my Discord for Creators server. You can pop in there, and I would love to do a demonstration, just like it was done for me, and I can show you around all the different things. So if you can click on a web link, I can get you into a voice channel. And from there, I can show you the world, and we can do that. And then you start looking around and finding that a lot of your favorite software products have Discord servers. Like there are TubeBuddy servers, and there are Ecamm servers, and there's all these other kind of servers that you can get in and you can watch the culture. Not every server is going to be for you. Just like that time you thought it was a really good idea for you and your partner to take up ballroom dancing because you thought it was going to bring you closer together, but it didn't work out because you stepped on their toes all the time. It might not be that community might not be the place for you. It's too big. It's too small. It's not a culture that vibes with you, but you will find places that you feel comfortable in, you feel welcomed in, you feel curiosity about the other people in there. And it's a great place to just meet friends and learn more about others. So I can help with that sort of thing. But if you've seen anybody, any of the content creators that you follow or you get mentored by, and they have a Discord server, then absolutely get in there and just start poking around, and everything will, it's a Zen thing. Everything will just come alive.
And I've dropped the link to that in the chat on all the channels. So folks, if you want to check that out, and we got a couple other things. And so that kind of answers, because Chris was asking, were there like some good beginner resources? And I know that, and not to forget, James Hicks is here. He's one of my idols, and he obviously thinks and knows that you're amazing as well, Keely. So James Hicks, great to see you, my friend. And he's got a couple of great shows. In fact, I think it's tonight. It's his the social impact of sports. Amazing conversations that he has about some of the things going on in the sports world. Definitely check that out. I usually jump in on YouTube, and really been enjoying that show. Gail says that she's used Discord, and Mitch Jackson, I'm in his Discord. He's talking a lot about, and this goes back to what you were talking about earlier, Keely. He's talking about a lot about the metaverse, Web3, some about NFTs. And I think sometimes that's what I thought it was all about, was like, oh, people are just talking about, Web3 and the metaverse. And I want to learn that stuff, but I there's other things that I still want to do. So what you've been talking about is, very intriguing. In fact, I want to say that you help Doc run the Ecamm family has got some stuff going on over in Discord. Is that correct?
That's right. The Ecamm Live server is up and running, and that's a great place to hang out. Doc's own community at Let's Get Live, his LGL community and the Drop Squad. That was actually how I got started with helping other people with Discord, is that I was in Doc's community and I was just absolutely hating on Facebook. And I said, Doc, you got to get off this thing. You got to come into Discord. And he says, well, I've got one. I've got my 8 best friends and my cousin, and it's asleep. And I said, don't you worry. Let me take care of this for you. So jazzed it all up, got some better functionality in there, some vetting and things like that. And boom, it's up and running. And he now delivers all of his LGL programming in the Discord. And he'll do things like, here's another mind-blowing thing that you could do, is prior to a live stream, he will go into the voice channel and be in there with a certain level of members. And then after the live stream is over, he'll be streaming in there throughout from a different camera angle. So you kind of get the BTS angle. And then if you want to talk to him throughout the live stream, he has the audio coming in. And so if he's muted, you can get his attention right away in real time instead of with the 30-second delay on the YouTube comments. Or you can ask him questions and do things like that. He can bring us up on screen, or he can have us hidden away. That's fine. And then there's a post-match. I'm thinking of it in the terms of my FH Empire server. And there's a debrief after the live stream, again with his members back in the Discord. So it's a way that you can spend some time that you would be spending anyway, getting ready for your live stream, but chatting with people just super casually. But you create a fresh experience for them, something where they feel like they're special members of your community. And you can do that all in a voice channel with very, very little effort. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And now, Tim, have you gotten on Discord yet? Have you used it at all?
So I went in right before the show to try to sign up. And yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten. I went in and I was like, this looks a little complicated, a little intimidating. So I'm going to have some questions for you afterwards for sure.
I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And actually, I've realized that something I should start doing, because I invite people to my Discord, but there's also, if you connect with somebody as a friend, you can send them a friend request. It kind of feels like Facebook, but it's not the same thing. You don't get access to somebody's feed or anything like that. What you get access to is, for sure, you can DM that person. And then you can invite people. Oh my God, business idea coming to my head. You can invite people to servers who are your friends. So my username is this basically, is command plus K. So CMD plus K, hashtag 0001. And if you add me as a friend on Discord, I will accept, unless you're not a great person, and then I'll think about it. But if you're awesome, I will accept, and I can, invite you to particular servers where you could have, a bit of an introductory experience. You can see different onboarding styles. You can see what other communities are doing and get familiar with the tool. And yeah, you'll get it. You'll be addicted in no time. Don't worry, Tim.
Awesome.
I got you.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Now, Keely, the other thing I've seen is, and we're talking desktop, because one, I know that there's the app that you can use on your, smartphone, but then there's, at least with the Mac, maybe Windows is the same. There's an app, and you can do it in the browser. Do you see, is one better than the other? Like, if I want to do some of these things you're talking about, do I need to be in the app, or do I need to be in the browser if I'm on desktop?
Almost everything is available in the browser that is in the app, because Discord really is just a big, fancy website. It's interrelated. It's just this relational database of incredible scale. And it's displayed. Everything is hyperlinks. Everything is right-clickable, that you bring up a context menu that allows you to perform actions on that particular item, all that kind of things. But I've found the app to be a bit more reliable for things like your audio settings and video and things like that. It's just that little touch above. So I recommend for everybody to get that. And I also just find it's a nice way to silo that activity away. So if you're like me and tend to get addicted to hanging out with people and diving down rabbit holes and nerding out, then it's good to have an app you can close, and you can just, okay, shh, over there. But if it's in your browser, you're going to be tempted to have that, right there all the time, because you'll associate your community with being in Safari, Chrome, whatever they use on PC. I don't know what that is, but there you go.
They probably use Chrome, I would think. I think Microsoft, I think Internet Explorer died, and maybe they're using Edge, but
RIP.
I use Chrome if I'm using a browser. I don't know, maybe I should be using Safari on but I don't know. It's who knows. Yeah, so and so folks, at the bottom you'll see that we're sharing the YouTube channel for Keely, as well as her Twitter handle that she has, and because Twitter's awesome, folks. If you don't think so, we need to have a talk. So that there's some great resources there as well. I've shared the server link in the chat as well. And so one more question, if you have time, Keely,
Absolutely.
and that is, what tips do you have for building a community with Discord for those of us that are just getting started?
Building communities is always, if it can feel like a struggle. And when I look back on the progression of what FH Umpires has been, I started the brand in 2006. So I've been doing this for a long time, putting out a lot of content and starting to get to know very, very slowly what my community was looking for from me. And I think that's what you really need to focus on, is what can I deliver as a exclusive, special experience inside the Discord. So one of my big selling points to the people who come in is that I used to get DM questions. I still do all the time. WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. People are always asking me about, did you see this play? How wrong was the umpire? And they'll send me a link. They'll attach a video. They'll do whatever. Send me emails. And now what I say to them is very gently, come to my Discord and ask me there. Because those one-to-one conversations, although very fulfilling for the person who is asking the question, doesn't scale your impact. And we're all looking for ways to reach more people with the same amount of time that we have in the day. So I have told everybody, if you want to ask me questions, I will be all over it, but you got to do it in the Discord so that I can not only talk to you, I can talk to everybody in there. Plus, you get the benefit of all those other community members who are all really, really smart people and very knowledgeable. They can chime in on the question too. And we can all learn and grow together. So that is the value proposition, essentially, that I built into my Discord server. So you need to have something like that. What is this going to be? Are we going to have a weekly happy hour where we get together and talk about all of the productivity improvements that we made that week? If you happen to run a community about productivity hacks and things like that. Are you going to going to present a special guest that comes in and answers a very one-on-one Q&A with your top members? Those are the sort of things that you really need to do to just have a community where people can text back and forth. It's not going to be enough to really have it thrive. So knowing it sounds cliche, knowing your purpose, but knowing what you can give to your community in that setting is going to be what makes it special for them. They're going to want to be involved. They're going to know that they get extra value in there and something they can't get anywhere else. And they will come running.
Wow. So you could actually, right. You got, like I said, you've been blowing our minds here for the last 40 minutes. Like this could literally, like, instead of using Clubhouse or some of these other audio spaces, you can have your own audio space within Discord, it sounds like.
Yeah, you can. There is actually a special kind of channel that you can, I called Stages. I don't use it because I don't see the sense in having audio only channels in Discord when you have videos so easy. And this is, look at what's happening here. We're having such a great time. We're connecting with each other. I can see both of you. I can see your expressions as I'm talking. That is what relationships are made of. And audio is great, and asynchronous audio, I think, particularly. But when you have the ability to turn on a camera and to be able to talk to people, as long as my lashes are done, I'm in. I'm ready to go all the time on video. So, but you can run essentially a Clubhouse room, in your Discord server. Again, it's not the same as Clubhouse where people are walking down a hall and they can kind of poke their head into your Clubhouse room and go, oh, this is a cool group of people. But if you are using the discoverability platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, etc., to tell people about the things that you're doing inside your Discord server, that's how you get everybody coming in, is using that the way that it should be used, which is, hey, discover me. And then, hey, let's get to know each other a lot better in Discord.
Wow. Because, I think going back to what you said, I think near the beginning of the show, right? A lot of people are really I'll use the word frustrated with Facebook groups, and they're trying to find like, how do I build my community? And then I run into situations where, even like with Toastmasters, we have a group, but not everyone in our club is on Facebook. So it's like, well, then how do you communicate with them? Probably would be a little bit of a journey to get them there, but this is definitely very, very intriguing for use cases outside of maybe what we would normally think of. I mean, Tim, what do you think? You got any ideas spinning in your head right now?
Yeah, I'm curious if this would make sense for me to use for. I've been thinking of other ways to build community. Keely, I have another show that I host called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer for cancer patients, survivors, and supporters to share their stories.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if this would make sense for something like that. I've been looking for other ways to build community beyond a show.
Yeah.
For something like that.
Oh, that would be amazing, because a server, I think, would give you that feeling of, and it's not just a feeling, but it would give you that more private environment where people might be able to get more vulnerable with each other and share their experiences in a deeper way than you would feel comfortable doing in Mark Zuckerberg's world. So
right.
I love that idea, and I think you could really get into some amazing conversations. And it's again not just about your connection with your people, but it's about them connecting with each other and all the ways they can get to know each other. And it's just little things when they find out where each other lives, or that, oh, we've both got 7-year-old twins. That's amazing. And those little things bring people together, make those friendships, and now you've got what truly is a network of humans. And I would love to see that happen for you. So hi, I'm here.
Awesome.
I would especially for something like cancer. I've lost a few people, including my mom, in my life. So I think that would just be amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Tim, while we're talking about it too, why don't you tell folks about the event you've got coming up?
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Jim. So on November 5th, which is just a few months away, here in Pennsylvania, in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, there's an event coming up called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, which is related to the weekly show I host, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. But this is an in-person event, the first ever in-person Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer event. It's for cancer patients and survivors and supporters to come together and share their stories in person together and feel inspired and supported. Nancy Barrows is going to be the keynote speaker. Rachel Druckenmiller is going to come and give an inspirational talk and sing. We're going to have our first in-person / live streamed show of Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. It's actually our 52nd show, which is going to be in person. So I'm super excited about that, among other things. It's a free event, so you could go to perspectivesoncancer.com. And it's in partnership with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And Jim Fuse is one of the sponsors. So thank you, Jim Fuse. And there's 24 other sponsors. And I'm just so excited for the day to come. The event was supposed to happen September 10th, but COVID decided to visit me and my entire family right before the event. So excited for it to actually come, especially after this past weekend. I was in Houston for Andrea Sanchez's in-person event called the Worthy Rally for Hope and Kindness. And that event was so inspirational and so moving, of people sharing their stories of defying the odds. And it was so amazing. So I'm feeling even more excited after attending her event. So thanks, Jim, for bringing that up.
And Jeff C., it's okay that you're late, my friend. We're just glad you're here.
Hey, Jeff.
Keely,
I'm super mad at Jeff.
Have
Don't
you
talk
been
for me.
on
I'm
Social
really
Media
mad.
News Live yet?
I haven't, Jeff.
Jeff, if you want to have someone that knows about Discord on your show, I'm putting it out in the universe right now. Get Grace on the line, and you guys need to have Keely on to talk about Discord, because this has been an amazing show. You need to go back and watch the replay, Jeff. That's your punishment. But I will tell you one of the things that that you folks may not realize. Today was a first for the Tim and Jim Show. We are live streaming on the Tim and Jim Show company page. And so if you didn't know this, folks, and I learned this from Judy Fox at People of Video, this is when you get to 150 followers on your company page, as long as you have creator mode turned on LinkedIn, you can live stream to your company page. So I think this is a great new thing to do, because it's great that people can go to Tim's LinkedIn or my LinkedIn, but you want to build, it's kind of like, right, you want to build it where your brand is. And so Chris and I started doing this with Dealcasters as well. It gets some content out on your page, and at least now it's in a spot that you want people to go to, because when you're doing your normal social media stuff on your personal profile, things kind of gets lost because they don't really let you organize it like we'd like to see. It's the same with Facebook. Like, where did my video go? It's somewhere in there. So Keely, that's a first for us, and I'm definitely, we're going to have more conversations about this Discord thing, because you've got my brain spinning, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I think it's an awesome thing, and thank you. I am honored to be a part of this live stream and be on your business page. I hope I've been on my best behavior, but
you have been, I think.
But this is what is so amazing about Discord, is that I love that you guys are excited and you're seeing the ideas and things like that, because sometimes I feel like I might be crazy in how much I love this and I think about it, and I have more ideas than I can possibly implement. So I would love to talk to other people where I can, help them brainstorm, and they can help me brainstorm on different things that they could be doing in their communities. So let's go. LFG.
Yes. And so, folks, next week we're gonna go in a little bit different direction. We're gonna have Mickey Mellon, who's a friend of mine here locally in Atlanta, that runs a company that does websites for folks. So if you're trying to figure out what I need to do my website, Mickey's going to definitely be a big help to us. We haven't talked to that in a while, and I know, it's like Jeff likes to say, right? Today we got free consulting from Keely. Love it. That's why you have a live show. You get free consulting when you bring on smart people like Keely. And so with that, Tim, any final thoughts?
Just thank you so much, Keely. I'm excited to dig into Discord and learn and try and keep going. So thank you so much for showing up and for sharing and all of your information with us.
Hey, no problem. It was so much fun for me. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to know you two better, to talk to people in your audience as well. So my DMs are open on Discord. So please,
Awesome.
no, it's okay. You find me everywhere else, and then I'll just gradually hey, have you seen this Discord?
That's right. If you want to talk to me, come to Discord.
That's what I do to everybody.
Facebook. I'm surprised you didn't do that to me, because I've been Facebook messaging you and you didn't say. You want to message?
Yeah, I was gonna wait until after the show before I started getting into you.
I could see that's going to happen now. But so Keely, any final words, anything you'd like to throw out to our audience? Any challenges you might want to throw down on them?
Sure. The only thing I'd remind people of is that we were all new to Facebook at one point. We were all new to MySpace. We were all new to dial-up modems. We were all new to bulletin board forums. All these things we've been able to learn, and we don't even appreciate our capacity to learn new things and try new spaces and new tools. So give yourself the credit you deserve and give this a shot. Give other platforms a shot. Try new things. It really does turn into a beautiful creative process for all of your businesses, the more things that you expose yourself to and you're willing to say yes to. So even if Discord isn't the right fit for you, you will have gotten some ideas and found out better, how can I serve my community? How will this, or how will some other tool help me serve people better? And when you do that, you're going to achieve everything that you want in your businesses and personal lives. So there you go.
Awesome. Thanks again. Thanks everybody for joining us today. This has been a great show, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week. And try to stay warm if you're in a cold place. And take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks.